What's going on, y'all? This your man Pristine, back with another video. Now, before I get into the video content itself, I just want to stop and pause a moment and say to all of you, Happy Easter on this beautiful Resurrection Sunday. Today is Easter. You guys are blessed with another beautiful day with the gift of life. Please be thankful for that and don't take it for granted because tomorrow is never promised. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day today, spending time with family, friends, loved ones. And I hope you guys all just took a moment to really reflect and just be grateful and thankful for how blessed you are. And just to know that God has been so much better to you than we could ever be to ourselves. And so just take some time and reflect and give all praise and glory to the man above on this Resurrection Sunday. Now, before I get into the video really quickly, please disregard any background noise. It is Easter. We got family, friends. There's little kids running around in the background. So you guys may hear some stuff in the background. So try to disregard those things. Now, as a reviewer, we have all kinds of different ideas that come to mind, when recording video content. It's really no different from being like an artist of some sort, a rapper or a musician. You could be, just, at your local coffee shop, just having a cup of coffee or tea, reading a book or something, or just handling your business. And then you'll get an idea that may come to you and you're like, oh, I got to get in the studio and I got to write that down. Or, man, I came up with some music and I want to, get in the lab and test it out and create it. What's the same thing, as being a reviewer? I'm chilling with the family, wasn't thinking nothing about no videos, but then I just had this idea that came to mind and I was like, you know what? I don't want to lose this idea, so let me record. So here I am. So this video is entitled The Importance of Modular Design on a Cell Phone. Is it something that's wanted, needed, or desired? So really quickly, I just want to talk a little bit about the modular design of the LG G5 and the modular design of the Lenovo Moto Z. Are the modular function on any one of these phones desired by you, the consumer? Let's talk about this real quick. Let's do this. Okay, y'all. So here we are. We've got the LG G5 and the Lenovo Moto Z. Again, somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, these are the only two modular design phones on the market right now. Now, the question that I have is, if you take away the modular design for either one of these phones, would they have had more success? I really want to know that because the LG G5 here just got completely just raked over the coal, dissed, forgotten, talked bad about, scandalized, maligned, anything you think of negative that you can say about a device, it was said about the LG G5 here. Now, I feel like the Moto Z was received a little better, with its modular functionality. And I think a lot of that was due to the fact that you didn't have to disconnect anything. The Moto mods, you just flip, you got the connector pins right there that are magnetic. And with the Moto mods, you just simply took the mod and you placed it on the back of the device. And, the little sensors down here with the connectors would trade information from the device. And the functionality that the mod that you put on, it would just come to life on the phone. And it's a great idea. It was a really great idea. But a lot of people slam the G5 because of its modular design, but they didn't really talk too much about the phone itself. And so, I'm just like, is that the determining factor? And so if you look at the G5 here, a lot of people slam the way that it looked. Here, let me get to the wide angle view. I'm recording on the LG G6 here, which, stay tuned for my full review on that. That's going to be coming soon. Stay tuned. I also got a video coming out, the G5 versus the G6. So, tune into that as well. I'm going to have that up here, uploaded sometime soon. I just got to finish some editing. But, a lot of people slam the way that this phone looks. And I love the way this phone looks. Just the silver and the black combination, the tiny little bezels on the side, just It's a 5.3-inch display. You got the silver chin here. This is the part that is detachable. And then it's just all black from from the bottom all the way to the top of the phone. You got your volume rockers on the side there. Back of the phone, you got the dual cameras, 13 megapixel, 8 megapixel for wide angle viewing, fingerprint sensor, and your home button right there, and power button. Left of the phone, we've got nothing. Bottom of the phone, speaker, Type-C connector, noise canceling microphone. Now, to take advantage of the modular design here on the G5, this little button right here, you push that button, and you pull the phone apart. And so now one of the things that I like about the G5 is the fact that it has a removable battery. So, you take off the bottom part of the phone. Battery can be kind of tough, but you just got to give it a good yank. There you go. So there's your removable battery. Okay. Now, here's one of the LG G Friends that I've got, the Cam Plus. Let me take this out of the box here really quickly. And just toss this on here really quickly. So now with the Cam Plus here, what you do is you see the two little arrows right there, the two little arrows on the battery. You just make sure that those are aligned, and you snap it on. Okay, you see the little slot there for the G5 battery. It's going to wide angle view. You just slide it in there. You hear the little click. It's on there. So this little accessory right here really turns this phone into damn near like DSLR quality camera. I mean, as far as just the functionality, I mean, you got your screen here, which your image pops up for the camera. If you got this little zoom toggle right here that you can roll to zoom in or zoom out, and you can also change whether or not you go from standard view to wide angle view with that option. And there's a couple more things that this does as well. It comes with the Type-C port, because you're basically just changing the bottom of the phone. So you notice that the chin for the Cam Plus, it's a little bigger than the actual chin that just comes on the phone itself. And that just helps with grip. So basically, you can just kind of grip grip it like this so that your hand is out of the way of the camera. And, you've got yourself a pretty darn good camera right here on a smartphone. Now, I know that with the Moto Z here, I mean, for all you people that splurged $250 on that Hasselblad camera, I mean, it's just as simple, I don't have any of the mods, but again, it's just as simple as just sticking it on there, and that's it. You don't have to take anything apart. And, you stick it on there. The phone recognizes that a mod is connected to it, and it knows exactly what mod is connected to it. And there you go. And then you just go ahead and go to the camera, and, you start using everything that having the Hasselblad camera, brings to the table if you pair those two together. Now, the thing that I want to know is, with the G5, what made the modular aspect suck so bad? Was it because of the fact that you had to actually take the bottom off of the phone and then reattach attachments for the phone's enhancements? What made it so bad? I mean, there's a 360 camera that is awesome. Two full HD, capable of recording in 4K, taking photos and being able to view those photos in a full 360 degrees. I mean, I don't have it with me, but if you guys really want to check it out, get on YouTube and type in LG 360 cam, and a bunch of videos will pop up of people that have used it and tested it. And you can see for yourself just the fun that people had with it. And so we're talking about things that really enhance the experience with these phones. Now, another thing with these phones that a lot of people would find questionable is the battery life. The LG G5 here, it's got a 2600 milliamp hour battery, and that's also the same on the Lenovo Moto Z. Now, a lot of people that are heavy users, they may hear that and they may just turn their backs on the device altogether just because of that, because they're like, I'm a power user, I need a bigger battery, something that's going to last me all day. Well, with the G5 here, I mean, you got the removable back option, so you can just, take the dead battery out, pop in the new one. This is actually a little portable charger. So if I put this fresh battery into the G5 to give my phone 100%, I take the dead battery out of the G5 and put it in here, and this will charge that battery. Okay, solid feature to have. Now, with the Lenovo Moto Z here, there's a battery mod where, again, you just take the battery mod, clip it to the back of the phone. If your battery is dead or if it's at 1 or 2%, you just throw the mod on there, and boom, you're right back at 100%. So my question is, I think these are really, really dope features to have. So the thing that I want to know is, why aren't they being received as well, to the masses by the consumers? I mean, what is it about these modular design phones that people are so skeptical about? You can't say it's the specs, because these two phones right here in 2016 had some of the top specs. Even right now in 2017, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, we're only 4 months in 2017. Some people talk about the G6 and they're like, oh, well, it's got last year's, processor, the Snapdragon 821. It's like, yo, I mean, we're 4 months into 2017. Last year was 4 months ago. You know what I mean? So it's like, really, is the processor that old? It still is going to do everything that you need it to do. The G5 here, matter of fact, both of these phones have very similar specs. They both have Snapdragon 820 processors. They both have 4 gigs of RAM. They both have 64 gigs of onboard storage. They both have expandable memory. They both have a GPU of 530. They both have Type-C connectivity. They both have Quick Charge 3.0. They're both running on Android Nougat. It's like, yo, I mean, those are the top specs in 2016. So what makes these phones so bad? Just because the developers decided to try a little something different. You know what I mean? And like I said, one of my main knocks with the G series is there's a lot of people that love this. They don't mind the fact that you can take off the bottom and swap the battery and add LG friends to it and use them to enhance their experience. But then, because of how it wasn't received all that well when they made the G6, then they just went completely mainstream with the G6. And again, you've got no integration with the LG friends or any modular aspect with the G6 from the G5. A lot of people are disappointed about that, me included. Now, the G6, I mean, there's some things about it that I wasn't really feeling, but it's starting to grow on me, and it's actually I'm having a blast with it. I don't want to say that right when I cracked it open that I didn't like it. I just thought that it was just okay because of a lot of the things that the G5 has that they took away, from the took away when creating the G6. But after using it, I mean, the G6 is my daily driver right now, and I'm learning more about the phone. I mean, the G6 is an excellent device. Definitely, I'd recommend it to anybody. Like I said, stay tuned for the full review for the LG G6. But I'm just curious to know just why. I mean, what is it about this design on the G5 that was so ugly to people? I mean, the color scheme. I mean, I know that people, they were, oh, well, the back, it's like, it's a metal, it's a unibody design, but LG decided to, put this coating over it that just kind of made it feel plasticky. Well, the phone feels premium to me. The phone feels nice and durable to me. I mean, these are premium materials, in my opinion. So, I mean, I made this video, y'all, because I'm trying to get some clarity. Because my question is, are these phones as bad as people make them out to be? Especially this guy right here. Because I don't know any phone in 2016 that was scandalized and maligned like the LG G5. Matter of fact, I watch a lot of reviewers. I watch a lot of reviews on the LG G6. And it's interesting how when people make references to the LG G5, they slam it. When I read articles about so it's like I watch reviews and I read reviews. A lot of reviewers that do phone reviews, they'll actually make a video and then they'll have a typed copy of the review as well. And it's like they slam the G5, and the main thing that they reference is its modular design and how it looks, but they say nothing about the performance. They say nothing about the software. They've got everything negative to say about its hardware and the modular design, but they've got nothing to say about the software and how it performs. Isn't that one of the most important aspects? And I understand, you want a desirable phone. I mean, a lot of people are going to be running to get this S8 that's getting ready to drop this Friday coming up. And I mean, so far from what I can tell, I mean, it's a good phone and it does a lot of things well. But another one of the main selling points is because of how it looks good. Some people are going to ride with the G6 because it's cheaper and they're not concerned with the cosmetics. But a lot of other people are going to spend that extra bread, you know what I'm saying? Because they want they want that beauty. And I get it. But was the G5 that ugly of a phone? I mean, I don't think so, in my personal opinion. Now, I think that with the Lenovo Moto Z here, it would have did much better, had it went on sale carrier wide rather than just being a Verizon exclusive. But I understand, Verizon, they threw some chips, they threw some money, some greenbacks, some Skrilla, some scratch, some paper, whatever you call it, some cheese, some dough, some fetty, you know what I'm saying? They threw some money at Lenovo Moto and was like, look, we need this to be an exclusive. This is a good phone. It's a good phone. But I mean, I've also heard some people too, when I mention this phone, that, oh, that's just one of those modular phones. I mean, it's what a gimmick. It's so gimmicky. Moto mods. Who needs that? I mean, if you don't need it, then don't rock with it, but don't slam it. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock something, ladies and gentlemen, until you actually try it. You know what I mean? For the longest time, because of all the negative things that people said about the LG G5's modular design, even though it was one of my favorite phones in 2016, I never touched it. I never took the bottom piece off. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just so gung-ho over all the negativity that I was hearing about it. But you know what? One day I woke up, man, and I was like, man, let me play with this joint, man. Because it's like, why have the phone? It's clearly one of my favorites because this is like the third one that I've had. It's like, let me try this out. And I tried it out and now I'm turned out. You know what I'm saying? I'm turned out. It's just like this wide angle lens on these phones, man. I mean, it's hard to record without that functionality, to be able to just hit the button and do that. Or if I need to get more in the frame or, more on the screen, to just hit the button and do that. That it's hard to go without that feature. So I plan on picking up some Moto mods here from my Moto Z here. That JBL speaker mod, one of the battery pack mods. I mean, how cool is that to have a phone that has decent battery life, but of course it's not going to last forever. And you're walking around, with a connector in your pocket, always looking to charge up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like, yo, I mean, no diss to Apple iOS people out there, but I understand why people that have iPhones they don't leave the house without a charger, without a wall charger. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, they're hugging the wall. You know what I'm saying? They're hugging the wall. They can't go nowhere because they can't keep a charge. You know what I'm saying? But having the ability to have a removable battery, a removable back, you know what I'm saying? And some LG friends, you know what I'm saying, to customize and enhance the experience even more for you. It's like, what's so bad about that? You know what I'm saying? The Lenovo Moto Z here, having the ability, you know what I'm saying, if your battery's draining, to just, slap a mod on the back of it and go from 0 to 100 just like that. What's so bad about that? No, I mean, I get it. I understand, one of the differences between these two is the fact that, the Lenovo, it has a bigger screen. This is a 5.3. This is a 5.5. For a lot of people, the 5.5 screen is the sweet spot. Both these phones, they have great specs, great cameras. They all perform really well. But when dealing with the modularity aspect, you don't have to disconnect anything. And so I understand, there's been some complaints with the LG with after you disconnect so many times, it starts to get warped. Like, right here where the little crease is, there's a little discoloration, and I get it. That can be a nuisance. You know what I mean? A little bit of wear and tear depending on how often you're disconnecting the bottom and connecting LG friends, and then disconnecting the LG friends, and then putting the bottom back on. I understand. It's a little bit of wear and tear, and so I say for LG, they can make it a little bit more durable so that a lot of people aren't experiencing having a warped looking phone just because they're using the modular aspect, which is what it's for anyway. I understand. So it's a little easier just to be able to just slap an addition to the back and be able to use, whatever type of enhancement that mod provides. This is genius. So I feel like, for me, in my opinion, modular design phones, I think that honestly, they're a thing of the future. You know what I'm saying? I think these phones, in my opinion, these phones are ahead of their time. And I think that that's one of the main issues why people aren't really willing to receive these types of phones just yet, because they're so gung-ho on what's mainstream. A lot of people are afraid of change, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you something. Not all change is bad change. You can't tell me that somebody who had either one of these phones and their battery drained wouldn't be jumping for joy if you were just like, oh, you know what? Here's a spare battery. Or, you want to enhance your camera experience. Here, throw this Cam Plus on there. You know what I'm saying? Throw this here's this Hasselblad mod. Throw that on there and take advantage of those zoom capabilities and other capabilities that they do. Oh, you tripping over the fact that the Moto Z only has one front firing speaker? Here, man, take this JBL mod. Throw that on the back of it. Tell me how it sounds now. It's blowing any smartphone out of the water as far as sound quality coming from a phone. You know what I'm saying? The LG has some VR goggles. You didn't know that though, did you? Because it's overshadowed by, I guess, the VR with Samsung. But it's not to say that Samsung are the only people that did it. One of the LG friends for the G5 are the VR goggles. Looks pretty dope to me from what I saw. That 360 camera. Who wouldn't have a blast with that? I'm going to get my hands on one of those and I'm going to do a demonstration video. I think I get one of those a little cheaper now just because, it's, the G6 is out, and I understand, according to a lot of folks, the G5 is a thing of the past. And so, the G5 you can get at a really good price right now. And a lot of the LG friends, you can get for a good price as well. But I want to pick one of those 360 cameras up, and I'm going to do a video just to kind of show you guys the type of fun that you can have. Or if you don't want to take my word for it, look at some of the other YouTubers that did a video with that LG 360 cam LG friend. You can't tell me you wouldn't have a blast with that. Projector mod. They're getting more creative with these things. Who wouldn't want to have a projector? You know how expensive a projector is? I guess you can get them at a decent price, but, projectors, it's not really my thing. But just having the ability to slap a piece of tech on the back of this phone here in any video content that I decide to watch, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, whatever. You can display the image on the wall if you're laying in bed. You know what I'm saying? You can display the image on the ceiling. If you laid up with your boo and y'all watching Netflix, cold word, I'm about to smash that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter of time before what you watching is watching you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that projector, man, guys, yeah. Let me quit playing with y'all. But yeah, you got a projector mod. So, I think, the Moto mods here, you got the JBL speaker, the battery pack mod, the projector mod, and the Hasselblad camera mod. And stay tuned because I know that there's more mods that are in development right now. It's been confirmed that the Lenovo Moto Z2 is going to be coming this year sometime in 2017. So looking forward to getting that. And supposedly there's going to be some new mods that are going to be released with it or before it. Yeah, my personal opinion, I welcome modular phones. I welcome them because they bring something different to the table. I like different. I don't always like mainstream. Mix it up a little bit. Give the people more options. I'm pretty sure that's why these devices were built. To enhance, be creative, be innovative. Not always the same old thing. You know what I mean? A lot of these phones, they come out and it's just the same old thing. It's really nothing different. Okay, you got a different manufacturer, different look, somewhat. A lot of these phones all look the same. A lot of these phones side by side, you can't tell them apart, unless you can see the branding. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion, the modular aspect of a phone is a dope idea. I really feel that way. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you're a fan of modularity, let me know. If not, let me know why. Because these are two really good devices. Really good devices. This one here in particular, you can get at a really great deal right now because the G6 is out. If you're not the type that has to have the latest and the greatest, never mind what you heard. Get your hands on it. Play with it yourself before you judge it and just throw it under the bus. Same thing with the Moto Z here. You can get this right now unlocked. Regular retail price for this phone is $699. I paid $450 for mine at a deal of the day at Best Buy. I saw about a week and a half ago that it was on sale for $499, which I think is a decent price. Still has top specs, great cameras, Type-C connectivity, AMOLED display. It's going to perform like a champion. $499 is a good price for the Moto Z here. Yeah. Open for discussion, y'all. Let me know what you think. Lenovo Moto Z, LG G5. Is the modular design important? Is it something that's wanted and desired? Is it ahead of its time? Is it an afterthought now? Was it something that was tried and failed? Should it be gotten rid of? Let me know what you guys think. Close this video out with my trademark. You already know. Until the next time. Oh, wait, I'm jumping the gun. So if you like this video, you already know, please hit that like, share the video, and subscribe to expose yourself to the mass catalog that I've got of other phones that I've reviewed and tried and leading up to this point. And stay tuned because there is much more content to come. Much more content. Now, you already know, stay safe, stay blessed, always keep God first in your lives because he's always going to be so much better to you than you can ever be to yourself. And don't ever forget that. And you already know. Stay pristine, y'all. Stay pristine. Peace. Lenovo Moto Z, LG G5, 2 modular devices. Excellent phones, in my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Yeah.